Welcome to our Applying Data from Product Reports to Your Listing Strategies training video. In our other Terapeak videos, we talked about how Terapeak provides tons of statistics and data to the user. As part of this video, we'll talk about how to apply the Terapeak data to optimize the performance of your listings and effectively capture bigger market share. Our presentation will be broken down into 4 sections. 1. Market size. 2. eBay fee structure. 3. Applying Terapeak recommendations. And 4. Test, and test more. Let's now take a look at the first topic, market size. We can use Terapeak to understand a market opportunity and make sure it is worth our time before we take on inventory risk and commit manpower to selling the inventory. This will significantly reduce our risk of doing business. Let's now take a look at the first topic, market size. We can use Terapeak to understand a market opportunity and make sure it is worth our time before we take on inventory risk and commit manpower to selling the inventory. This will significantly reduce our risk of doing business. We have just concluded that the market size for the iPhone 4 cover is attractive. Let's now assume that you have a competitive product and you make a decision to enter or compete in the marketplace. Before we enter the market, it is important to understand how competitive our cost structure is relative to our competition. One of the largest contributors to cost, apart from the product cost, are eBay fees. Yes, it's not cheap to sell on eBay. Let's start by understanding eBay fees, which will in turn guide us how to properly penetrate the market for iPhone 4 covers. The fee structure is broken up into 4 different types of fees for auction and fixed price formats. The insertion fee, which is the cost of uploading a listing. The final value fee, which is the costs or fees associated with a transaction. Listing upgrade fees, which are extra exposure fees that you add to a listing as an option. And PayPal fees, which are the financial transaction fees of the item. These fee percentages generally vary based on pricing and other configurations. It is important to note that the eBay platform is an ad platform, which charges the merchant a fee to list an ad. As an ad may or may not successfully sell a product, the concept of conversion rate or sell-through percentage becomes critically important, and it will decide how many items you can sell and your overall cost structure. So exactly which fees do you pay immediately when you upload a listing? You can see that under the type column, we have labeled insertion fees and listing upgrade fees as variable, as these fees will go hand in hand with each listing uploaded and will vary based on your sell-through rate. This differs from final value fee and PayPal fees, which are not contingent on whether the ad transacts, but rather the fees only occur if an item is sold, or in other words, a transaction fee. Again, like most sellers, we will learn that eBay can be an expensive platform, particularly if you are selling low margin items or if your sell-through rate is a low percentage. So exactly which fees do you pay immediately when you upload a listing? You can see that under the type column, we have labeled insertion fees and listing upgrade fees as variable, as these fees will go hand in hand with each listing uploaded and will vary based on your sell-through rate. This differs from final value fee and PayPal fees, which are not contingent on whether the ad transacts, but rather the fees only occur if an item is sold, or in other words, a transaction fee. Again, like most sellers, we will learn that eBay can be an expensive platform, particularly if you are selling low margin items or if your sell-through rate is a low percentage. So exactly which fees do you pay immediately when you upload a listing? You can see that under the type column, we have labeled insertion fees and listing upgrade fees as variable, as these fees will go hand in hand with each listing uploaded and will vary based on your sell-through rate. This differs from final value fee and PayPal fees, which are not contingent on whether the ad transacts, but rather the fees only occur if an item is sold, or in other words, a transaction fee. Again, like most sellers, we will learn that eBay can be an expensive platform, particularly if you are selling low margin items or if your sell-through rate is a low percentage. Now that you understand how eBay fees can heavily impact your profit margin and your sold quantity, we can start analyzing Terapeak data to see how each decision about each listing attribute can impact how much we sell and what type of profit we make. Now let's begin creating a real eBay listing and to learn how to apply Terapeak data to optimize your listing performance. Let's now go to eBay's Sell Your Item form. Let's click the Sell tab. Let's click List Your Item. And let's log in. Let's enter the keywords iPhone 4 cover and then click Search. You can see eBay has made suggestions in terms of categories. We'll select this one, cell phone and PDA accessories, cases, covers, and skins. And then let's click Continue to load the entire Sell Your Item interface. At the same time, let's go to Terapeak and let's add that extra subcategory filter to make sure we're comparing apples to apples. Let's click on the cases, covers, and skins subcategory filter. When the search report is done, let's go back to the eBay Sell Your Item form. And let's begin entering in data into the Sell Your Item form. The first entry field is the item title. You can enter a possible 80 total characters into the field. The title is extremely important because this is the primary means by which buyers will find your listings. Let's go back to the Terapeak report. You can see that, again, as a reminder, the total market, there's about 169,000 listings over the past 30 days. If we scroll down to the keywords widget, you can see that you can easily distinguish whether or not a keyword is popular in the marketplace. For example, with the keyword case or 4G, over 50% of sellers use these two keywords. And in the case of the word case, almost 100% of the sellers use this keyword. You can reference associated average price and sell-through percentage for each keyword to manage your expectations. And furthermore, you can also click on the tab Title Builder on the left side for additional keyword suggestions. With the title builder engine, Terapeak will generate suggested keywords based upon a listing sample size of approximately 1,000 listings. Here you can see a whole ton of keywords being suggested. From here, you can mix and match keywords into your title based upon contribution of listings in this 1,000 listing sample size. For example, cover or iPhone are extremely popular. And also, by average and max prices, you probably want to choose keywords that yield higher prices. And we can build the perfect title via these two features and quickly copy and paste into our title field on the eBay Sell Your Item form. Once finished, you can be confident that you will have a superior item title and will get maximum exposure on eBay. After completing the title, we can then begin filling out the other listing attributes, such as condition, we'll select new, item specifics, we'll select fitted cases and skins, and we'll enter a dummy variable into the item description called test. When we scroll further down, we'll see the listing format selection field. With Terapeak, it's easier to decide which listing format to use. Let's now go to the Terapeak software. And let's scroll down to the listing types widget. Here, you can understand the relative performance of each listing format. For example, if you look at auctions, they fetch a lower price at $3.51 and a lower sell-through percentage at 18.71%. However, if you look at fixed price listings, you'll see a higher average selling price at $5.72 and a higher sell-through percentage at 41.75%. Using this information, we can understand which listing format would generate bigger returns. For example, if our cost of sourcing an iPhone cover was $3, the eBay fees plus our product costs would make the business unprofitable for auctions, as auctions only fetch $3.51, but definitely manageable for fixed price listings, as they fetch $5.72. Nonetheless, given our cost structure is low enough to generate profits for both listing types, it is always better to create listings for both formats, as each listing format addresses a different segment of buyers. Again, for example, some buyers may want to bargain hunt and bid for auctions, while others may want to buy their items immediately and want to purchase their items through fixed price listings. For the purposes of this demo, we will select the auction format, which is also the default selection in the Sell Your Item form. Therefore, going back to the Terapeak tool, it's very important that we select under listing types auction and click search for more accurate search results.